Good day and welcome to another broadcast of Financial Intelligence. In the event that you are joining me for the first time, do permit me to introduce myself. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature. And I'm the author of several books, including Billionaire Codes and Manager's Toolkit. I'm a multiple best-selling author. Today, as usual, I want to talk about financial intelligence. And in looking at financial intelligence, I want you today again to ask yourself three important questions as it relates to PFA, Personal Financial Advisor or Professional Financial Advisor. I do believe that today more than ever, businesses and people across the world, you should start working with professional financial advisors. And I'm going to give three additional reasons here today. But just before I get into those reasons, let me say this. COVID-19 will change the dynamics of how you do business and how you live your life. One of those dynamics, you will see that many businesses, in order to bounce back, they will have to create debt. And that brings me to today's topic, and that is, how well do you understand debt leverage and business scale up? Persons will be going into debt to create debt leverage and to scale up their business. So we'll look at that today. Also, I want us to look at debt management and debt reduction strategies. If you create debt, you want to know how to reduce that debt portfolio. Last but not least, we will look at debt management and business fast tracker. So let's get the ball rolling today. Debt leverage and business scale up, it is going to be something unavoidable for many businesses coming out of COVID-19. Traditionally, where you go for debt financing, you go to the commercial bank, you go to the investment financial sector, and the one that you hardly look at is the smart capital market. So what we do at Venture Capital Inc., what we do at Mega Money Media and Global Branding and Marketing, we help you to understand more about how the commercial financial sector works. We help you to understand more about how the investment financial sector works. Last but not least, we really help you to understand what is the smart capital market and what is the difference between those markets. For instance, you go to the commercial financial sector, you will be saddled with interest and principal for years to come. In terms of going to the investment financial sector, you will be saddled with dividends for many years to come. And those are things that we will get deep into so you understand what you're getting into and how to leverage those sectors. But in terms of using the smart capital market, it gives you both financial leverage and equity capital gain leverage. You need to understand this when you're creating a debt. For us, it's not just about creating the debt, it's absolutely and equally important for you to know how to manage that debt. So let's talk a little bit now about the second concept, which is debt management and debt reduction strategies. Now, there's something that we call debt life cycle reduction strategies. This is not taught in your secondary school, it's not taught at the university. You simply have to have access to the right kind of education, the right education platform to understand these concepts. Now, there are a number of portfolios that gives you the debt life cycle reduction leverage. One of them is what we call velocity banking. And there's a plethora of debt weapons available, but because it's not taught, most companies, most business leaders, most persons who are creating debt and swimming in debt really do not understand how to manage those debt portfolios. Now, this is not accounting financing. This is a different level of financial management, and you owe it to yourself to know all of this. Again, when you come to Venture Capital Inc., when you come to Global Branding and Marketing, when you come to Mega Money Media, we invest the time, talent, and resources to ensure that you get this body of knowledge. Now, being in a position of strength to manage your debt portfolio, it gives you something that we call equity capital gain and equity capital leverage. And to talk about equity capital gain is a very interesting subject matter for us to know. Now, there is a portfolio that we call equity leverage. And what equity leverage means is that you have a debt, but you have the value above the debt and the asset that you have is called the equity. Now, that equity value can be leveraged in more ways than one. And understanding these debt portfolios and how to manage them, it gives you these different types of leverage that you need to know as an entrepreneur. Thirdly, there is something that we call financial gain and financial leverage. In our mission, we talk about that. Our mission is really to help businesses to maximize their financial gain and their equity capital gain. Again, in most cases, when you create a debt, you're not socialized to this kind of information. So this is an opportunity to cash flow your organization that in most cases you're not looking at this because you're not schooled on these critical areas of cash flowing your operation. The third area that I want you to look at is what we call debt management and business fast tracking. Many businesses across the world, hundreds of thousands and perhaps millions of businesses across the world will have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars because of COVID-19. But is there a way to fast track your development? And I want to say to you that there is ways in which you can do that. Again, your professional financial advisor, your professional business consultant and business coach should be in that position of strength to speak to this narrative. And if your financial advisor and business coach is not speaking to this narrative, perhaps it means that you should start thinking of having a new financial advisor, a new business advisor and coach working with you. In the event that you are not satisfied with the results that you're getting, I want to encourage you to reach out to us at Global Branding and Marketing, reach out to us as Venture Capital Inc., reach out to us at Mega Money Media. We are here and ready to serve. So let's talk about debt management and business fast trackers. Now, a lot of what we can do for you is to help you to manage your debt portfolio. Now, in managing your debt portfolio, what we would like you to do is to, one, fast track the debt payoff. That means that by fast tracking the debt payoff, we are reducing the life cycle of that debt. In reducing the life cycle of the debt, you can pull two things out. You pull out equity capital gain and you pull out financial gain. Now, with those two things, you can have greater financial leverage, and of course, the equity can be further liquidated into more cash, which is going to give you a double dose of financial leverage. Now, that can be leveraged further to fast track your business. And things that you would need to do to fast track your business is to ensure that you are doing everything practically possible to up-level the traits of your brand. And this might sound trivial to the average person, but I want to assure you that it's not. If you have a product or a service, you need to understand that brand traits. And you need to ensure that that brand trait is 101% correspondence with the needs, wants, and expectations of your target market, because that's what's going to significantly up-level the interest that they are likely to show in your products and your services. So we will show you how to optimize your brand traits, which is absolutely necessary. We will work with you to help you to optimize your brand visibility, because this is what happened again. Very often you have an excellent brand. You invest the time, talent, and resources to up-level the traits of your brand, which means you're giving more values and fixing more problems, but then enough work is not invested into creating brand visibility. So again, the excess liquidity that the company will generate, the equity capital gain and the financial capital gain, can be now leveraged to help in your brand visibility. Now, your brand visibility also, there's a right and wrong way, and there's a right and wrong time to indulge in these activities. And even when you're indulging in these activities, you need to ensure that you know who is your target audience. So that brings you to the next topic that we call brand reach. You need to understand your brand reach. Who are you reaching with your specific products and your services? Along with this, you want to achieve brand impact and brand conversion. And there's a list of other things that we will walk you through in terms of our business fast tracker. So here again, you learn about three important things. You learn about debt leverage and business scale up. You learn about debt management and debt reduction strategies. And you learn also about debt management and business fast tracker. Your financial advisor, professional financial advisor, your professional business coach must be in a position of strength to provide you with this kind of information. Remember again, at Venture Capital Inc., Global Branding and Marketing, Mega Money Media, we don't only work in the classroom, but we give you mentorship, coaching, and the support system to take your business to another level. Again, my name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature. And I'm the author of several books, including Billionaire Codes and Manager's Toolkit. Share this information, subscribe to this channel, and see you in the next broadcast.